Okay, y'all, it's been less than 60 seconds since I made that other video, but I have to tell you, I know that there's a couple of y'all that have had babies that have gotten dementia, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, and it seems like that little Hazel's. Uh, you ever seen a child? Now, my kids were not like this. Did you ever see a clingy baby that just? My friend Maureen, her youngest one. Um, I used to call him a little monkey because he would grab on to his mother like she was going to take off or something. And Damien, I know you don't watch Aunt Deb's videos, so, but you were a little monkey and you did cling. Hazel is getting to the point where I'll give you an example. And if anybody tries to tell me that my little girl needs to be removed from the house and social services needs to be called, you know what? Put a sock in it. You don't know me. I've had this little girl for about 9 years now. We lived in a van for over 2 years together. I know how to take care of her and how not to suffocate her. Okay, I'm not stupid. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to get that out of the way. But anyway, yesterday I had to go get her medicine, or was it day? I think it was day before yesterday. I had to go get her medicine, and and I had to go to Walmart and get a few things. And I wanted to get my little grandson some dinosaurs. And so I thought I had blocked off the front seats. I had a bunch of stuff pushed up in there so she couldn't get through the crack in the middle and get in the back. And she had a bed up on her seat, and she had a cushy bed on the floor, and I thought she'd be okay. I thought she would just, lay down, take a little nap, and I'd get back out there and she'd be fine. Which it used to be. She loved it. In fact, you couldn't get her out of the van when you would get home. And so I ran in and I ran around and got my few things, and spent some time in the toy department, and also right next to the toy department is the baking gadget. All that stuff was there, and yes, I spent a good 5 or I don't know 10 minutes in there looking at all that. In fact, I made a video. But I got back out. I was walking out to the van, and I could hear her yelling. She has such a loud yip. I don't know what y'all call it, what you would call it, but it sounded like somebody was trying to kill her. Oh my gosh. She had wiggled her way into the area between the two back seats. I can't, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't, I could get a big enough crate, y'all, and put her, uh, strap it to one of the back seats where she put a fluffy blanket, she'd be comfortable. But here's the thing, with her yelling like that, it's a wonder somebody didn't call the police. I would have. probably would have, except that my windows were halfway down. The van was in complete shade. I mean, front to back. When you're parking in the shade for your animal, you don't park in partial shade. That shade is going to shift. And the part that is not shaded is going to get hot, and it's going to make the whole vehicle hot. But she was not hot. It was not hot in there at all. I could have been comfortable sitting in there reading, answering comments. I could have taken a nap. And I make sure that I know that that's how it's going to be for her. And, but she just doesn't settle anymore unless I'm with her. Now, a while ago, she was outside for a long time, and then she wanted to come in the house. So I brought her in the house, and I went back outside, and I was in the back there, and I turned the blower off, and I could hear her yipping. So I feel like I have a loose hair somewhere. A loose screw is more like it. So y'all, I don't know what I'm gonna do. How am I gonna? Yeah, when she's in there now, I don't make 2 or 3 hour shopping trips like I used to. I could go into Walmart, be in there 2.5, 3 hours, and come back. She'd be right in the same spot, sound asleep. That doesn't happen anymore. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Now, she goes once a month, or I try to make it once every 5 weeks. I try to stretch her grooming out, cost-wise. And so Tracy doesn't live too far from the Walmart over on College, which is where all the big shade is. Anyway, I can go while Hazel is being groomed. And then if I run over a little bit, it's okay. And I can just give Tracy a little, bit more of a tip or whatever. But I don't know what I'm gonna do, y'all. I cannot. I thought about getting one of those, those things, they're cloth and they strap around you, and they have the fabric in the front, and people swaddle their babies. You don't really see those very much. But Hazel would not stay in that thing. Trust me, I know my little girl. She won't stay in a little crate. She will ride around in a shopping cart, but like I said, you don't see people with their animals in Walmart like you used to in other places, because they really cracked down on the changes that they made. It used to be a companion animal was just about like a service animal. I took her everywhere with me. Walmart, Kmart. Of course, you can always take them to Lowe's and Home Depot, but you can't buy groceries in there. Let me see. The bank, Walmart, Kmart. I mean, I took Hazel with me everywhere except the grocery store and a restaurant. Now, I do have a letter for Hazel, and I've had it since I got her, as far as her being an emotional support, a companion animal. But they've cracked down on that companion animal and service animal, because people, it takes a couple of rotten apples to mess up the whole barrel. People were just going in with their, pets and all this stuff. And, there was a time when it was, I needed Hazel to be pretty close to me. And, but I got to where I don't have to be glued to her, but I do need to have her with me. But anyway, so now, I don't know if, I don't know what the deal is on that now, but I just, and she's not a service animal. Service animals are like seeing eye dogs, hearing impaired. I mean, service animals are animals that have been trained. They are not animals that you go online and you buy this little red vest for them, and it's a fake doohickey. And I would never try to do that anyway. Ugh. And people doing stuff like that's what makes it hard for other people. But y'all, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know that Walmart has a thing where you can order groceries online and they'll bring them out to your car for you. That sounds extreme, doesn't it? I can't leave her here at the house. Now, Leo and Maria are so sweet. In fact, Leo told me the other day, he goes, Deb, leave her here when you go to the grocery store. She'll be fine. We don't even hear her. And Stephanie's got her air conditioner going. She doesn't hear. But Karen could hear her. And Larry over in the far corner, we hadn't been moved in here very long. And he said he could hear her one day. So, I can't create a nuisance with my neighbors. That's all I need is to get notice, in my file because my dog is being too loud. And not only that, y'all, it's the psychological thing for Hazel. It's the psychological thing. When I hear her in here, and usually it's when I'm in a whole other part of the yard or something and she can't hear me. Oh, she can't hear me anyway. She can't see me. Usually her bed is right there by the front door, so she sees me going around. But she will yell, and I just have to quit what I'm doing and come get her and bring her out in the yard or whatever. So, I don't know, y'all. Have you ever had a dog that was so, had these problems with this dementia thing? Last night she didn't settle down until it was after 10 o'clock. But she was shaking her head and scratching her left ear. So I called this morning first thing. And she has, when did I do that? I took one of my rings off of this hand and put it over here on this hand. It's okay, I'm all right. Anyway, so I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. She has an appointment with Dr. Nom this afternoon. Because I want to, she used to have those ear infections all the time. Since she went to Washington that time, and she's got some little scaly places on her too, and I think her skin infection is coming back, and we need to nip that in the bud. So that's it, y'all. If you have, if you've had to deal with that, if you have any, things that you've done that seem to work. I mean, I've put my clothes that I've worn in the bed with her. Those thunder shirts you can buy that's supposed to help them calm down. Been there, done that. But I mean, anything in particular, like how have you handled that? Or was your little one just not that clingy with their dementia? Now, the only other thing I can do, I know that I could pay Tracy to babysit for me for a couple of hours when she's available. And I may have to do that. She won't even stay with Terry anymore. She's okay for the first 30 minutes or so, and then she starts her little howling thing. Well, my little hummingbirds are out here just acting like I'm a terrible mom. Oh my word, that one looked like he was going to come right in the front door. I better go get them some food, y'all. But I love you. Do something fun today, and Hazel and I are going to see Dr. Naw. So I'll talk to you later. Bye now.